everyone, my name is Ashley and welcome to my scoliosis channel. This is my first official sit down video on this channel. I have another video which is my documentary film. It's called Twisted and you can go check it out if you like. I think it's really inspirational and can help you guys if you're dealing with scoliosis. There's a long and shorter version and you can watch either one or both. Anyways, so today I wanted to share my scoliosis story because I've never really talked about it on YouTube. I do have a Tumblr blog where I kind of talk about my story, but it has changed a bit over the years. But I will link that blog down below because I'm always on there if you have questions. So yeah, let's get started. So a bit about me is right now I am 19 years old and I live in Montreal, Canada. I was diagnosed with scoliosis when I was 13 years old. So what happened was I was just going for a normal shopping day with my grandmother and she wanted me to try on a dress. So I was trying on this dress and I needed help zipping it up. So I asked her to come in the room and help me zip it up, and as she was trying to zip it up, she noticed that kind of like my shoulder blades were a bit uneven. So she told me, and later that night she told my mother about her concern, and my mother and I just kind of brushed it off. We really didn't think anything of it at the time, but my grandmother kept every time we saw her that summer, she's like, please go see a doctor, I'm worried about it. I remember even one night, she's like, it could be scoliosis, and that really scared me. That word sounded really scary. I'd never even heard of scoliosis. I didn't even know what it was. But my mom and I just thought that maybe I was a bit different and stuff, so we really didn't think it was anything serious. But one day my brother had to go see the doctor, so I went with my mom and my brother, and we asked the doctor to check my back out. And he immediately ordered x-rays, and the x-rays came back and it definitely was evident that I had scoliosis, so right away I went to go see a specialist. I was really thankful that my mom knew someone who could get us in to see a specialist right away. Or not, sometimes you can wait for over a year to see a specialist. So the first time I went to go see the specialist, it was at the Shriners Hospital in Montreal. And I love that hospital because it is special for orthopedics, so you don't see all the other sick kids and stuff. It's just kids with orthopedic problems. I had more x-rays done. It was way more high-tech than the one I had before. I'm not scared of x-rays. If any of you guys are, then let me know down below and I can help you kind of get over that fear. There's nothing scary about x-rays for me, but maybe some of you guys are afraid of it, the radiation and stuff involved, or just the fact that people can see inside your body. So yeah, I got more x-rays, and then once those were seen by my doctor, he came in, but he didn't just come in the room alone. He came in with about I exaggerate every time I tell the story, but there was 10 other doctors or something, or residents and nurses and psychologists, I think, and they all just came in, and immediately at that point I started crying because I was like, what are they telling me? Am I dying or something? But they told me that I needed surgery, and that did make me cry even more because I'm a person that was really scared before this point of anything that had to do with doctors. My whole life I would cry every time I went to the doctor. Needles I hated, blood tests, all that, I hated it. So thinking about going through this major surgery gave me a lot of anxiety. But I was kind of just thinking, I'm going to take one day at a time. My mom always tells me that, and that was really my mentality going into the surgery. Take one day at a time, I'm not having the surgery today. So that day they gave me a book, and if your doctor gives you a book, kind of glance it, but honestly don't freak out about it, because for me that gave me even more anxiety. It detailed all the things that could go wrong. It had a picture of what the surgery would look like, and for me that's okay to look at after my surgery is done, but before it's kind of oh my gosh, that's going to happen to me. So the book kind of did scare me. I did read it all, but I kind of wish I hadn't because I was afraid of a lot of things that would happen because of the book. Even though they tell you the percentage, 1% of people have this, but it still kind of freaked me out because, I could be that 1%. So after that first appointment, my doctor said that I should come back in a month to see if my curve had gotten worse, and then we'll see when I need surgery. At that time, I think the first time I went to see my doctor, my curve was around 50 degrees. So I went back about a month later and it had gotten much worse. It was 65 degrees already. So they said I needed surgery right away and I couldn't wait till summer when I was out of school. So once again, I was just thinking I'm going to take one day at a time. And so I didn't think about my surgery. They hadn't given me a date yet, but it was going to be really soon. The first date they gave us was December 3rd, but we didn't want to do it December 3rd because my birthday is December 4th and I didn't want to be in the hospital during my birthday. So then they gave us January 27th, which was the day I had it. And something I don't really talk about a lot, but it was one of my big concerns, is the procedure of donating your own blood. So right after I was told I was going to have surgery as soon as possible, I went on iron pills, but at that time I was only 13 and I couldn't swallow pills. So I took this liquid, it was like iron liquid, and it was disgusting. But I had to take it like twice a day because, you need to bring up your iron so that you can donate your own blood. When they gave us the final date for the surgery, January 27th, they realized that I couldn't even donate my own blood because you have to weigh 110, and I was not even close to 110. I'm still not even 110 today. I'm really petite, so it's kind of stupid they didn't think of that at first because I had to go and take that iron, and it was a really disgusting thing. But at the same time, it was good that I actually did take the iron because it will help build you up for surgery. You'll be stronger. So the next part, because I couldn't donate my own blood, was to see if my parents were compatible. And both of them weren't, so I don't really know our blood types, but I don't know, maybe they're both negative, but maybe they're both positive, but have the negative gene and I'm negative, or I don't know why they can't donate, but don't worry, I'm not adopted. So thankfully someone donated blood. I think it's really important to donate blood if you can donate blood, because if someone hadn't donated blood, I wouldn't be here, because I did need a blood transfusion during my surgery, because you do lose a lot of blood. So once the surgery was coming closer, the day before I went to the Children's Hospital, which is like the big hospital here. I had a lung test done to see if my lungs were good. I spoke to an anesthesiologist, just made sure everything was okay with me before the surgery, and I went in January 26th to the Shriners, and that night I was honestly kind of chill. I was just thinking, I'm getting over with this. I was proud of myself for just being there and doing it. I had a little cry, but it wasn't that big. The day of the surgery, they brought me up and they were just testing a few things, and my surgeon came in and he was so happy. He's like, "Are you ready for this?" And for him, it's just another day at work. He's an amazing guy and it's so easy for him to do these surgeries. He does them all the time. But for me, I was kind of scared, and I really cried when he said that. Honestly, I was not scared of the surgery. I had full faith in my surgeon. I was really scared of what would happen when I would wake up. I was scared of the pain, really. I was scared if I was going to throw up from anesthesia. I was really scared what I was going to face when I woke up. They brought me into the surgery room, they put on the gas mask, and I fell asleep. I had done that before because I had my tonsils and adenoids out removed when I was younger, so anesthesia didn't really scare me. When I woke up from the surgery, I really don't remember much. I kind of do remember just saying, "I'm in a lot of pain, help me." And then I think they gave me more medication. I just dozed off. And my mom was there, and she, just seeing me like that, she almost fainted. I don't remember this at all. She tells me this happened, but I was totally out of it. You're really out of it. For the first day, family comes to visit, and you're really out of it. I was in the hospital for a week, and honestly that week was pretty good. The hospital really makes you feel relaxed, and the doctors and nurses are so nice, and I'd have to wake up in the middle of the night to get injections and stuff because I couldn't swallow pills still at that point. One time in the hospital, my muscles were really stiff, so I had to take this muscle relaxant, and I was really hesitant to take that. But I did. After I had my surgery on a Wednesday, that Saturday I was able to walk. Walking for the first time was okay, but the second time I got up, I felt so dizzy, and they pushed me to walk, and I'm happy they did because, they have to push you. They know you can do it. And when I first started walking, I'd have a hand on my back, and I thought I would walk like that for the rest of my life. And lately I've actually been starting to walk like that again, but I think it's just I feel comfortable like that, but honestly I can walk normal now. So yeah, I was discharged the following Wednesday. I couldn't shower or anything. They would wash my hair in the sink. I think Saturday they also took out the catheter. So I was able to go to the bathroom on my own. Just saying that catheters are like terrible, but when they took out the catheter, I think when they took it out, I got my period, which was normal because it was around the time I would get my period, but a lot of girls do get their period after surgery. It's just like everything is happening in your body, and don't be surprised if you get your period early or late, or whenever, but usually you will get in the hospital. It's kind of gross, but the nurses take care of it, and they wash you since you can't really get out of bed and, take care of that yourself. So I was in the hospital for a week, like I said. Eating was something I really didn't like to do. I would just have soup. When I went home, the ride home was really hard. My mom thought it would be best for me to lie all the way down, but that's really not comfortable for people with, sorry if you hear the shower, my brother's in the shower, with people that have had spinal fusion, because for me it's actually more comfortable to sit upright. As you can see right now, I don't like to lie back like this. I can now, but so that was really uncomfortable. When I went home, for 6 weeks I was at home. I missed school for 6 weeks. First 2 weeks I was pretty much just laying on the couch. At this time it was 2010, so the Winter Olympics were on, so I just watched that religiously. I was pretty much able to eat. When I got home, I ate whatever I wanted. I was on these pills that my doctor gave me, and this is kind of the worst part about this whole experience, was the pills may cause constipation. They did cause constipation. I've never experienced something so bad in my life. My back did not hurt at all, but being constipated it was almost over a week, and I literally couldn't go at all. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I couldn't walk out of my bed because I couldn't sit up out of my bed, so I would roll on the floor and go to the bathroom, and I would just sit there in pain. I couldn't go. The way that I got unconstipated, I don't like talking about it, but I did have a fleet enema, which I've had twice in the hospital. So a fleet enema, they just put this liquid up in your butt and then you have to go right away, and that emptied me all out. And after the constipation had gone away, I felt so much better, but the constipation was just terrible. My dad brought me to my pediatrician, and they gave me some Miralax or something. That didn't help. I would have my grandfather just come over to make sure that I was okay, to make sure that but I was just in so much pain. It was a really hard time because I did have my surgery in January, and here in Canada it was really cold and snowy, so I couldn't really go outside and walk a lot. But as 6 weeks rolled by, spring did kind of come, and so I was able to walk and get better. And this was a really stressful time in our family because we were moving into the house I am now. So there was the new owners coming to check out the house, and even when I was in the hospital, a realtor came to sign papers with my parents. It was just really stressful time, but I'm just so happy that today I am healthy and back to normal. I went to school 6 weeks later, like I said. The first day I was scared that I was going to need some Tylenol. I brought 4 of them with me. I didn't need any. I had to have a wheelie bag, and people would make fun of me, but honestly, whatever. You're not allowed to have a backpack on your back for the first year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So where am I today? It has been 5 years. This January was 5 years since I had my surgery. I cannot believe it has been that long, and honestly, I'm such a stronger person today. If I can go through this, you can. Today I'm back to doing cheerleading, something that I missed so much, and I can do pretty much any stunting. I can do whatever. I can't be a top because I don't have the flexibility in my back, but I can do a bridge, and I'm learning how to get my back handspring, and I think if I get my back handspring, I will prove a lot of people wrong, because having this issue in your back with having 2 rods in your back, being able to do that will really prove people wrong, so hopefully I can get that soon. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below, and maybe my next video will be question and answers video. And don't worry if you have any concerns. I am always here for you guys. Sorry this video is kind of long, but you know, this is a huge part of my life and I did leave out a lot of details, but yeah, hopefully I explained it as best as I could, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!